Chapters 31 through 34 of the Book of Deuteronomy. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Mark Penfold. The Book of Deuteronomy, from the Young's Literal Translation of the Bible. Translated by Robert Young. Chapter 31. And Moses goeth and speaketh these words unto all Israel. And he saith unto them, A son of 120 years am I today. I am not able any more to go out and to come in, and Jehovah hath said unto me, Thou dost not pass over this Jordan. Jehovah thy God, he is passing over before thee. He doth destroy these nations from before thee, and thou hast possessed them. Joshua, he is passing over before thee, as Jehovah hath spoken, and Jehovah hath done to them as he hath done to Sihon and to Og, kings of the Amorite, and to their land whom he destroyed. And Jehovah hath given them before your face, and ye have done to them according to all the command which I have commanded you. Be strong and courageous, fear not, nor be terrified because of them. For Jehovah thy God is he who is going with thee. He doth not fail thee, nor forsake thee. And Moses calleth for Joshua, and saith unto him before the eyes of all Israel, Be strong and courageous, for thou dost go in with this people unto the land which Jehovah hath sworn to their fathers to give to them, and thou dost cause them to inherit it. And Jehovah is he who is going before thee. He himself is with thee. He doth not fail thee, nor forsake thee. Fear not, nor be affrighted. And Moses writeth this law, and giveth it unto the priests, sons of Levi, those bearing the ark of the covenant of Jehovah, and unto all the elders of Israel. And Moses commandeth them, saying, At the end of 7 years, in the appointed time, the year of release, in the feast of booths, in the coming in of all Israel to see the face of Jehovah in the place which he chooseth, thou dost proclaim this law before all Israel in their ears. Assemble the people, the men and the women and the infants, and thy sojourner who is within thy gates, so that they hear, and so that they learn, and have feared Jehovah your God, and observed to do all the words of this law. And their sons, who have not known, do hear, and have learned to fear Jehovah your God all the days which ye are living on the ground whither ye are passing over the Jordan to possess it. And Jehovah saith unto Moses, Lo, thy days have drawn near to die. Call Joshua, and station yourselves in the tent of meeting, and I charge him. And Moses goeth, Joshua also, and they station themselves in the tent of meeting. And Jehovah is seen in the tent, in a pillar of a cloud. And the pillar of the cloud standeth at the opening of the tent. And Jehovah saith unto Moses, Lo, thou art lying down with thy fathers, and this people hath risen, and gone a-whoring after the gods of the stranger of the land into the midst of which it hath entered, and forsaken me, and broken my covenant which I made with it. And mine anger hath burned against it in that day, and I have forsaken them, and hidden my face from them. And it hath been for consumption, and many evils and distresses have found it. And it hath said in that day, Is it not because that my God is not in my midst? These evils have found me? And I certainly hide my face in that day for all the evil which it hath done, for it hath turned unto other gods. And now, write for you this song, and teach it the sons of Israel. Put it in their mouths, so that this song is to me for a witness against the sons of Israel. And I bring them in unto the ground which I have sworn to their fathers, flowing with milk and honey, and they have eaten, and been satisfied, and been fat, and have turned unto other gods, and they have served them, and despised me, and broken my covenant. And it hath been, when many evils and distresses do meet it, that this song hath testified to its face for a witness. For it is not forgotten out of the mouth of its seed. For I have known its imagining which it is doing today, before I bring them in unto the land of which I have sworn. And Moses writeth this song on that day, and doth teach it the sons of Israel. And he commandeth Joshua son of Nun, and saith, Be strong and courageous, for thou dost bring in the sons of Israel unto the land which I have sworn to them, and I am with thee. And it cometh to pass, when Moses finisheth to write the words of this law on a book till their completion, that Moses commandeth the Levites bearing the ark of the covenant of Jehovah, saying, Take this book of the law, and thou hast set it on the side of the ark of the covenant of Jehovah your God, and it hath been there against thee for a witness. For I have known thy rebellion and thy stiff neck. Lo, in my being yet alive with you today, rebellious ye have been with Jehovah, and also surely after my death. Assemble unto me all the elders of your tribes and your authorities, and I speak in their ears these words, and cause to testify against them the heavens and the earth. For I have known that after my death ye do very corruptly, and have turned aside out of the way which I commanded you, and evil hath met you in the latter end of the days, because ye do the evil thing in the eyes of Jehovah, to make him angry with the work of your hands. And Moses speaketh in the ears of all the assembly of Israel the words of this song, till their completion. Chapter 32. Give ear, O heavens, and I speak, and thou dost hear, O earth, sayings of my mouth. Drop as rain doth my doctrine, flow as dew doth my sayings, as storms on the tender grass, and as showers on the herb. For the name of Jehovah I proclaim. Ascribe ye greatness to our God. The rock, perfect is his work, for all his ways are just. God of steadfastness and without iniquity, righteous and upright is he. It hath done corruptly to him, their blemish is not his sons. A generation perverse and crooked. To Jehovah do ye act thus, O people foolish and not wise? Is not he thy father, thy possessor? He made thee, and doth establish thee. Remember days of old, understand the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he doth tell thee, thine elders, and they say to thee, In the Most High causing nations to inherit, in his separating sons of Adam, he setteth up the borders of the peoples by the number of the sons of Israel. For Jehovah's portion is his people, Jacob is the line of his inheritance. He findeth him in a land, a desert, and in a void, a howling wilderness, he turneth him round. He causeth him to understand. He keepeth him as the apple of his eye. As an eagle waketh up its nest, over its young ones fluttereth, spreadeth its wings, taketh them, beareth them on its pinions. Jehovah alone doth lead him, and there is no strange god with him. He maketh him ride on high places of earth, and he eateth increase of the fields, and he maketh him suck honey from a rock, and oil out of the flint of a rock. Butter of the herd, and milk of the flock, with fat of lambs and rams, sons of Bashan, and he-goats, with fat of kidneys of wheat, and of the blood of the grape thou dost drink wine. And Jeshurun waxeth fat, and doth kick. Thou hast been fat, thou hast been thick, thou hast been covered. And he leaveth God who made him, and dishonoureth the rock of his salvation. They make him zealous with strangers, with abominations they make him angry. They sacrifice to demons, no God. Gods they have not known, new ones, from the vicinity they came. Not feared them have your fathers. The rock that begat thee thou forgettest, and neglectest God who formeth thee. And Jehovah seeth and despiseth, for the provocation of his sons and his daughters. And he saith, I hide my face from them, I see what is their latter end. For a froward generation are they, sons in whom is no steadfastness. They have made me zealous by no God. They made me angry by their vanities, and I make them zealous by no people. By a foolish nation I make them angry. For a fire hath been kindled in mine anger, and it burneth unto Sheol, the lowest, and consumeth earth and its increase, and setteth on fire foundations of mountains. I gather upon them evils, mine arrows I consume upon them. Exhausted by famine, and consumed by heat and bitter destruction. And the teeth of beasts I send upon them, with poison of fearful things of the dust. Without, bereaved doth the sword, and at the inner chambers, fear, both youth and virgin, suckling with man of grey hair. I have said, I blow them away, I cause their remembrance to cease from man. If not, the anger of an enemy I fear, lest their adversaries know, lest they say, Our hand is high, and Jehovah hath not wrought all this. For a nation lost to counsels are they, and there is no understanding in them. If they were wise, they deal wisely with this, they attend to their latter end. How doth one pursue 1,000, and 2 cause a myriad to flee? If not, that their rock hath sold them, and Jehovah hath shut them up. For not as our rock is their rock, and our enemies are judges. For of the vine of Sodom their vine is, and of the fields of Gomorrah. Their grapes are grapes of gall, they have bitter clusters. The poison of dragons is their wine, and the fierce venom of asps. Is it not laid up with me, sealed among my treasures? Mine are vengeance and recompense, at the due time doth their foot slide. For near is a day of their calamity, and haste to things prepared for them. For Jehovah doth judge his people, and for his servants doth repent himself. For he seeth the going away of power, and none is restrained and left. And he hath said, Where are their gods, the rock in which they trusted? Which the fat of their sacrifices do eat, they drink the wine of their libation. Let them arise and help you, let it be for you a hiding place. See ye now that I am he, and there is no God with me. I put to death, and I keep alive. I have smitten, and I heal, and there is not from my hand a deliverer. For I lift up unto the heavens my hand, and have said, I live to the age. If I have sharpened the brightness of my sword, and my hand doth lay hold on judgment, I turn back vengeance to mine adversaries, and to those hating me I repay. I make drunk mine arrows with blood, and my sword devoureth flesh, from the blood of the pierced and captive, from the head of the freemen of the enemy. Sing ye nations with his people, for the blood of his servants he avengeth, and vengeance he turneth back on his adversaries, and hath pardoned his land, his people. And Moses cometh and speaketh all the words of this song in the ears of the people, he and Hoshea son of Nun. And Moses finisheth to speak all these words unto all Israel, and saith unto them, Set your heart to all the words which I am testifying against you today, that ye command your sons to observe to do all the words of this law. For it is not a vain thing for you, for it is your life. And by this thing ye prolong days on the ground whither ye are passing over the Jordan to possess it. And Jehovah speaketh unto Moses in this selfsame day, saying, Go up unto this Mount Abarim, Mount Nebo, which is in the land of Moab, which is on the front of Jericho, and see the land of Canaan which I am giving to the sons of Israel for a possession. And die in the mount whither thou art going up, and be gathered unto thy people, as Aaron thy brother hath died in the Mount Hor, and is gathered unto his people, because ye trespassed against me in the midst of the sons of Israel, at the waters of Meribath Kadesh, the wilderness of Zin, because ye sanctified me not in the midst of the sons of Israel. But over against thou seest the land, and thither thou dost not go in, unto the land which I am giving to the sons of Israel. Chapter 33. And this is the blessing with which Moses the man of God blessed the sons of Israel before his death. And he saith, Jehovah from Sinai hath come, and hath risen from Seir for them. He hath shone from Mount Paran, and hath come with myriads of holy ones. At his right hand are springs for them. Also he is loving the peoples. All his holy ones are in thy hand, and they sat down at thy foot. Each he lifteth up at thy words. A law hath Moses commanded us, a possession of the assembly of Jacob. And he is in Jeshurun king, in the heads of the people gathering together, the tribes of Israel. Let Reuben live and not die, and let his men be a number. And this is for Judah. And he saith, Hear, O Jehovah, the voice of Judah, and unto his people do thou bring him in. His hand hath striven for him, and an help from his adversaries art thou. And of Levi he said, Thy Thummim and thy Urim are for thy pious one, whom thou hast tried in Massah. Thou dost strive with him at the waters of Meribah, who was saying of his father and his mother, I have not seen him. And his brethren he hath not discerned, and his sons he hath not known. For they have observed thy saying, and thy covenant they keep. They teach thy judgments to Jacob, and thy law to Israel. They put perfume in thy nose, and whole burnt offering on thine altar. Bless, O Jehovah, his strength, and the work of his hands thou acceptest. Smite the loins of his withstanders, and of those hating him, that they rise not. Of Benjamin he said, The beloved of Jehovah doth tabernacle confidently by him, covering him over all the day. Yea, between his shoulders he doth tabernacle. And of Joseph he said, Blessed of Jehovah is his land, by precious things of the heavens, by dew, and by the deep crouching beneath, and by precious things, fruits of the sun, and by precious things, cast forth by the moons, and by chief things, of the ancient mountains, and by precious things, of the age-during heights, and by precious things, of earth and its fullness, and the good pleasure of him who is dwelling in the bush. Let it come for the head of Joseph, and for the crown of him who is separate from his brethren. His honor is a firstling of his ox, and his horns are horns of a reem. By them peoples he doth push together to the ends of earth. And they are the myriads of Ephraim, and they are the thousands of Manasseh. And of Zebulun he said, Rejoice, O Zebulun, in thy going out, and O Issachar, in thy tents. Peoples to the mountain they call. There they sacrifice righteous sacrifices. For the abundance of the seas they suck, and hidden things hidden in the sand. And of Gad he said, Blessed of the enlarger is Gad. As a lioness he doth tabernacle, and hath torn the arm, also the crown. And he provideth the first part for himself, for there the portion of the lawgiver is covered, and he cometh with the heads of the people. The righteousness of Jehovah he hath done, and his judgments with Israel. And of Dan he said, Dan is a lion's whelp, he doth leap from Bashan. And of Naphtali he said, O Naphtali, satisfied with pleasure, and full of the blessing of Jehovah, west and south possess thou. And of Asher he said, Blessed with sons is Asher, let him be accepted by his brethren, and dipping in oil his foot. Iron and brass are thy shoes, and as thy days thy strength. There is none like the God of Jeshurun, riding the heavens in thy help, and in his excellency the skies. A habitation is the eternal God, and beneath our arms age-during. And he casteth out from thy presence the enemy, and saith, Destroy. And Israel doth tabernacle in confidence alone. The eye of Jacob is unto a land of corn and wine, also his heavens drop down dew. O thy happiness, O Israel! Who is like thee? A people saved by Jehovah, the shield of thy help, and he who is the sword of thine excellency. And thine enemies are subdued for thee, and thou on their high places dost tread. Chapter 34. And Moses goeth up from the plains of Moab unto Mount Nebo, the top of Pisgah, which is on the front of Jericho. And Jehovah sheweth him all the land, Gilead unto Dan, and all Naphtali, and the land of Ephraim and Manasseh, and all the land of Judah unto the further sea, and the south, and the circuit of the valley of Jericho, the city of palms, unto Zoar. And Jehovah saith unto him, This is the land which I have sworn to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, saying, To thy seed I give it. I have caused thee to see with thine eyes, and thither thou dost not pass over. And Moses, servant of the Lord, dieth there in the land of Moab, according to the command of Jehovah. And he burieth him in a valley in the land of Moab, over against Beth Peor. And no man hath known his burying place unto this day. And Moses is a son of 120 years when he dieth. His eye hath not become dim, nor hath his moisture fled. And the sons of Israel bewail Moses in the plains of Moab 30 days. And the days of weeping and mourning for Moses are completed. And Joshua son of Nun is full of the spirit of wisdom, for Moses had laid his hands upon him. And the sons of Israel hearken unto him, and do as Jehovah commanded Moses. And there hath not arisen a prophet any more in Israel like Moses, whom Jehovah hath known face unto face, in reference to all the signs and the wonders which Jehovah sent him to do in the land of Egypt, to Pharaoh, and to all his servants, and to all his land. And in reference to all the strong hand, and to all the great fear which Moses did before the eyes of all Israel. The end of chapters 31 through 34, and the end of the book of Deuteronomy from the Young's Literal Translation, translated by Robert Young. Recording by Mark Penfold.